is headed towards mid now, has the level 2 burrow. So a bit better as far as initiation range, but not too great. And they're trying to bait this. They're hoping that they'll come in. And in fact, Vici Gaming have cooperated, but can they find a kill on the way out? The plasma field coming through. Looks like the Ursa will drop. Shallow Grave is not yet skilled. Already a level 3 dazzle, but no points in the grave, so not able to save Fuzzy Wuzzy. Good bait.
Plus AA ultimate to get kills, but instead they're going to do it with smokes, and they're going to try that bottom lane to gank the Husker.
Great hero to kill if they can do it, but backup is there in the form of DDC. The 2-hero burrow not going to connect. DDC just backing a bit too far away. S4 wanted a piece of him, not going to get it, but they managed to bring him down anyway, and now DDC may also pay. He's got 1 heal to go, but they let out that Fortune's End to lock him in position, finishing him off too. The lasso goes on to the Razor, dragging him under the tower already. A gambit, a great win for OG. Huskar forced to buy back, and they all scramble away to safety, even committing a smoke to try and move down to the bottom lane, which will come up all blank. So
Fly, he's throwing it. They may be able to contest this one.
No blink on Sandkeeper, but this Ice Blast is really going to hurt. It hits 4 heroes. They will have to wait it out. And meanwhile, they're going to try to punish this elsewhere as Kunkka gets caught out. Epicenter coming through, but a good grave from DDC. Turn the tide to this fight. Huskar just mans up, jumps right in, and into the Bat Riders' waiting arms. They will go try to focus down the Alchemist. The time being, Oracle's been able to keep him alive. Gets off that armlet toggle, but is it going to be enough? He's pulled back into the waiting arms of the Fire Spears. They'll bring him down. So Alk finally hits the deck after sticking around for most of the game up until now. And it's in the end an excellent coup for Vici, who are even looking for a bit more here. They may yet find Notail. He lurks around the trees. Roche extremely low. It seems this Roche will be theirs, but another Ice Blast, perhaps not. He could get 2, maybe 3 with this. Oh, Kunkka surviving. Ursa limping out. I think the Bat Rider at the very least
dead.
ticks
Ursa,
down.
I think, is dead also.
Ursa, the
both
double
dead.
kill from Fly. And now Kunkka gonna take a free fountain trip home. And
Roche is so low.
think
OG
about how sad
this
this fight is. I can't believe it, but Fly is actually winning them the Roche fight after not getting any kills with the first Ice Blast. The second one does the trick. That said, though, now there's no Ice Blast, and Huskar wants to go back in. Boat crashing through is going to connect, brings down the Sand Kid of S4. Still, they hold the Huskar in position. He is surviving for the time being. They've got a grave available. Dazzle can't get it off, even on himself. The courier almost dies in the midst of this, trying to deliver that Dragonlance. Will manage to do so, but now FY, he's going to pay more of a dog than a god in this one, and 4 have fallen. It's up to Huskar. He tries to man up. Ghost, he's been called a fantastic pub star. Can he do it 1v4? No siree. He'll make it a complete 5-man wipe, and an Aegis thrown away. Disaster at the pit.
made.
They have not managed really to stem the bleeding whatsoever, but they'll try for it now. They move on to S4, but he just burrows away. The X deployed after the fact, so they're going to have to commit a lasso if they want this kill. Oracle has already used the false promise, so they're able to at least keep S4 in check. Under the tree line for now, a follow-up X coming through onto that Oracle, but still the heals are keeping the Sand King alive. Someone finish him off for Vici Gaming. They finally will, but a 2-hero Alk stun crashes in. Grave is there on the Huskar. Used relatively early. He can armlet toggle back on if he wants to go, but Alk has the Radiance now. The evasion could be a problem. So they, at long last, get a clean fight. Well, could be huge. He also sees a courier. He is carrying the Mantle Cell. He's going to let that run past. Maybe he snipes it on the way out, or does he go for heroes?
He wants the AA, I think.
Jumps in off the bat onto Fly, slams him down, and now Huskar can reign supreme in this fight. They bring back the Alchemist. That forces out a Fly buyback. Vici were expected. They were already looking to retreat as rapidly as possible. Still the lasso is available. Force staffing away to safety. Self-grave. Will we see a TP? Ursa mans up with the clap for the moment, trying to slow down the chase. Gets off the boat, keeping the Sand King out of the picture. They will end up losing the Dazzle, as well as the Ursa. 2 chunk down off of that buyback. That's without an Ice Blast even cast. Just kind of chuckles. And meanwhile, they get to fight without the AA. 40 seconds on the sideline. So Huskar can run 3. There's a beautiful epicenter, but the grave is available, and that will allow Huskar to man up, go even deeper. Needs to armlet toggle his way out of this one. Fire Spear stacking up, not sufficient. He will end up falling. Alchemist kept alive. Now Ursa on the retreat. Burrow Strike is going to clip him. It's Fool's Gold, Godz. They thought it was safe to move in and fight, knowing the AA was down. But once again, it seems with Fly dead, OG have more success. That's again before the Blink Dagger on S4 is ready. A very weird game. Likes to go into a BKB to try and somewhat deal with the Ancient Apparition in the epicenter, but it's very rare to see a Huskar go BKB nowadays. Generally, you just kind of soak up that damage and laugh, but this is a game where he needs it. And meanwhile, Ursa getting mauled. This is an endangered species. Have some mercy on it, but he has none. The bear is not long for this world. Stunned as the illusions will chase him down. He's going for the double kill here. Can he burn him all the way? Doesn't quite look like it. I think the heal might be enough to keep him alive, but not so lucky on the Bat Riders. He gets finished off by S4 in the tree lines. Ursa makes it back to safety.
That could be just as bad as not getting Aegis, it's just losing a team fight here.
Oh, smoke ain't coming, but already OG, they've got high ground positioning, and they also scouted this with their scan earlier as they move forward. Epicenter coming through onto two. A beautiful grave combined, though, with the BKB. Not exactly ideal. An Ancient Apparition Ice Blast hitting the Ursa, not hitting the Huskar, but I don't really think he can deal with the Alchemist. 1v1 he's going to try, but he's burrowed, controlled, and slapped down, turned into Chop Suey. A 2-for-1. But that was with a Great Grave, with the BKB going off. And it still doesn't matter in the end. Only losing a Razor. Alchemist not dying. X will be committed. Trying to follow this up with the turret. They will move forward. But the counter Force Staff and the escape. And this time Yang, he won't get the jump. He will be found, even despite the Yule Scepter tries to make it away. Down to 30 HP, surviving just barely at that. They work now on the Razor, but remember, Razor is Aegis. Nobody has died just yet, and this is without a particularly good Ice Blast, which is about to cool down. The Burrow comes through. S4, swinging a miss. A 3-hero Elk Stun, though. Beautiful stuff. Shredding the backliners. They don't even need to hit their Sand King Stuns. S4, he can just threaten Vici Gaming, and Alchemist will do the rest. Ice Blast cuts through. BKB deployed. Alchemist will let him go for now. But already, the one rack's down. The second to follow. His ultimate is going to wear off here. They'll have that small window maybe where the Chemical Rage isn't available, but Huskar dunking in. And they can just about pop that Chemical Rage again. And even if they kill up the Razor, still a second life to work with. They'll let the Aegis go. They bring down the range racks. Still on a confident enough to stick around, and they go back in an Epicenter from S4. He actually does a little bit of damage, but Vici Gaming just don't have anything left in the tank. Their chances get melee racks down, and it all begins to crumble for the new Vici Gaming, and they recognize it too. Yang calls the GG. They end this game down nearly. Going to be playing the winner of our next match, which is LGD Forever Young versus Team Secret. Did they already play?